I just want to inform everyone that all of our class sessions are recorded and actually uploaded also to my YouTube account. So this is to give you the opportunity to review our discussions anytime, especially if you need to revisit important concept. If you want to clarify certain topics or catch up on a session you may have missed. So I encourage everyone to take advantage of this recorded session as an additional learning resources. So you may watch them at your most convenient time to reinforce your understanding of your lesson and help you prepare for your activities, presentation, and assessment actually, no? So, okay, so once again, good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Advanced Curriculum Development. No? And I'm very pleased no, to have all of you in this course. No, as graduate student, I know that each of you brings your own professional experiences, your own perspective and practices in our class. No, so that is exactly what we want because this course will not simply be about memorizing theories of curriculum. We will examine how curriculum actually works within schools, colleges, universities, and other educational setting. So our class is scheduled from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and throughout the semester, I encourage everyone to participate actively. I want this class to become a professional learning community where we can question existing practices, share experiences, challenge ideas respectfully, and learn from one another. So as you can see at the bottom of the slide, we emphasize excellence, integrity, innovation, and service. So these values are especially relevant to curriculum development. We want or when we design curricula, we are making decisions that ultimately affect learners. Therefore, curriculum development is not merely a technical responsibility, it is also an educational and ethical responsibility. So before we formally discuss the course, allow me to briefly introduce myself. My slide present my academic background across several disciplines, particularly education, IT, computer science, business, and public administration. I just want to remind everyone, no, I am sharing this not simply to enumerate degrees, but to emphasize something important about graduate education. Because I always believe learning is continuous and interdisciplinary. One thing that I have learned through my academic and professional experiences is that no discipline exists entirely by itself. No education interacts with technology, management, research, governance, leadership, and many other fields. The same principle applies to curriculum development. When we develop curriculum today, we cannot think only about subject content. We must also consider technology, employability, societal needs, quality assurance, globalization, and the changing characteristic of learners. I also want you to see me not only as your professor but as your facilitator throughout this course. I will provide direction and academic standards, but I also expect you to learn from your professional experiences. Graduate education should be a conversation among professionals rather than simply a one-way transfer of information. Now, World City College's vision. Before discussing our course, it is important that we understand the institutional direction of World City Colleges. No? Our vision is to become one of the ACS best multidisciplinary colleges of choice and a recognized leader in producing highly competent, industry-relevant, and value-laden graduates who contribute to nation building and global progress. So why do we discuss the institutional vision in our curriculum development course? Because curriculum must always begin with institutional direction. A curriculum should never exist separately from the vision of the institution. If an institution wants to produce globally competitive graduates, for example, then global competencies should somehow be reflected in its programs, courses, teaching strategies, and assessment practices. As we proceed through this subject, I want you to continuously ask, is our curriculum actually producing the kind of graduate described in our institutional vision? If there is a gap between what the institution promises and what the students actually experience, then the curriculum development becomes one of the mechanism for closing that gap. Okay? Our mission explains how the institution intends to achieve that vision. WCC commit itself to improving lives and advancing society by developing exemplary and globally competitive professionals and leaders through outcomes-based quality education, innovative learning design, experiential approaches, stakeholder collaboration, and Christian values. Now, notice how many curriculum concepts are already contained in that mission. We have outcomes-based education, meron diyang learning design, experiential learning, stakeholder involvements, values formation, and professional preparation. These are not simply statements that should appear on institutional documents because remember, student, they should be visible in the actual curriculum in classroom experience. This gives us an important principle that we will revisit throughout the semester. There must be alignment. Our institutional mission should connect with program outcomes, course outcomes, learning activities, assessment, and eventually graduate performance. A well-designed curriculum creates that connection intentionally. WCC identifies 5 important core values, Christ-centeredness, servant leadership, excellence, diligence, and integrity. These values help define not only what our graduates should know, but also the kind of professionals and human beings we hope they will become. In curriculum development, values are sometimes overlooked because we tend to focus heavily on competencies and measurable outcomes, but education is not only about knowledge and skills. It also involves attitude, professional behavior, ethics, responsibility, and character. A technically competent graduate who lacks integrity can become a serious problem in any profession. Therefore, when you eventually design your own curriculum proposal, think beyond the question, what should student know? Also ask, what kind of person and professional should this curriculum help develop? That is where values become an integral part of curriculum design. And now we move especially or specifically to the graduate school vision. Our graduate school envision itself as a premier academic institutions developing ethical and competent leaders, researchers, and professionals across discipline through a holistic and research-driven curriculum. The words research-driven are particularly important at the graduate level because at this stage of your education, we should not simply accept educational practices because this is how we have always done it. We need to ask for evidence. What does research tell us? What do the data show? What are the needs of our learners and stakeholders? This means that throughout this course, I will encourage you to support your curriculum decisions with evidence. When you recommend a new course teaching strategy, technology, or assessment method, you should be able to explain the rationale behind that recommendation. The graduate school mission emphasizes knowledge, leadership, professional excellence, rigorous academic training, transformative research, and ethical practice. And it shows, or it also emphasizes global competitiveness, social responsibility, innovation, analytical skills, outcomes-based education, and stakeholders collaboration. For me, one of the most important ideas here is that graduate education should lead to transformation. At this level, we are not simply preparing you to perform your existing responsibilities better. We are preparing you to examine systems critically and contribute to improving them. That is also how we will approach curriculum development. I want you to move from being users to implements of an existing curriculum to becoming professionals capable of analyzing, evaluating, redesigning, and improving curriculum. The slides gives you an overview of the different graduate programs offered by World City Colleges, including programs in hospitality management, business administration, public administration, educational management, mathematics, hospital administration. Although you are taking course in education, curriculum development is inherently interdisciplinary. So different professional programs have different stakeholders, competency requirements, industry expectation, regulatory environments, and learning needs. Nevertheless, the fundamental principle of good curriculum design remain relevant across discipline. This is why I encourage you to learn from classmates who may come from different professional backgrounds, sometimes an approach being used successfully in business, healthcare, technology, or public administration can give us valuable ideas for education. Our graduate school educational objectives can be summarized around several important priorities, no? Advanced knowledge, critical thinking, competent and ethical leadership, research innovation, collaboration and engagement, and Christian values integrity. These objectives provide a useful example of how broad institutional aspiration can eventually become more specific learning outcomes. Excuse. Curriculum development is essentially the process of translating these larger goals into concrete educational experiences. Throughout this semester, I want you to notice this progression. Institutional vision leads to educational objectives. Objective influence program outcomes. Program outcomes inform course outcomes, and course outcomes guide learning activities and assessment. When these elements are properly connected, we achieve what we call constructive alignment. So this slide illustrate the program outcomes of the Master of Arts in Education major in mathematics. No? So graduates are expected to demonstrate advanced mathematical knowledge, design effective instruction, assess and improve learning, create inclusive environments, conduct educational research, and demonstrate professionalism and leadership. You have noticed that these outcomes move beyond content mastery. So graduate education requires learners to apply, design, evaluate, research, and lead. So that represent a higher level of competency than simply remembering or understanding information. Because when developing a curriculum, therefore, we should ask whether the courses and assessment genuinely enable students to achieve these outcomes. If we say that graduates should become researchers, for example, so the curriculum must provide meaningful opportunities for research. Outcomes must be supported by actual learning experiences. Okay, so now we come directly to advanced curriculum development. This course takes a comprehensive approach to curriculum as theory, process, and practice. The diagram summarizes our journey through foundation and theory, models and governance, design and mapping, teaching and assessment, technology and globalization, implementation and quality assurance, research and leadership, and finally, the capstone proposal. I want you to think of these areas as part of one interconnected system rather than isolated topics. Curriculum development kasi begins with understanding learners, but eventually those ideas must become actual programs. Learning outcomes, teaching strategies, assessment systems, and quality mechanism. So, by the end of the semester. Therefore, I don't simply want you to explain curriculum development. I want you to demonstrate that you can actually design and justify a curriculum solution. The course contains 13 outcomes organized into 5 graduate levels, competency domains, analyze, okay, lead, design, innovate, and lead and assure, and create. No? So we begin with analysis because good curriculum develop requires us to understand foundation, theories, models, and policy. We then move into design where need assessment, curriculum mapping, alignment, and assessment become central. After that, we focus on innovation, particularly technology, AI, localization, and globalization. Eventually, you will move toward leadership, quality assurance, research, and ethics. The final competency is create. You will bring everything together into an advanced curriculum proposal so there is a deliberate progression. Here, no, analyze, design, innovate, lead and assure, and create. The slide also provides more detail on the latter course outcome. So we begin with technology integration, including digital transformation, blended and flexible learning, AI, and open educational resources. We then examine actually localization, change management, quality assurance, research, and ethical leadership. First time nyo bang narinig yung localization? I particularly want you to remember that innovation does not simply mean using the newest technology. A curriculum can use advanced technology and still be poorly designed. Innovation should respond to actual learner and societal needs and should improve educational outcomes. And course outcome 13 requires you to design and defend a comprehensive advanced curriculum proposal. Your final project should therefore demonstrate that you can integrate the different competencies developed throughout the semester. Okay? So may requirements po kayo na mag-develop ng sarili nyong curriculum. Okay, our first major academic meeting, ito po yung chapter natin or module 1 and 2. We will explore the evolution of curriculum thought, curriculum as theory, process and practice, contemporary curriculum issues, educational philosophies, learning theories, and critical and transformative perspective. One question is I want you to consider is who or what influences the curriculum we teach today? Curriculum is influenced by history, society, philosophy, psychology, culture, politics, technology, and economic conditions. Understanding these foundations allow us to understand why curricula look the way they do. Your application or output for this meeting will involve a curriculum philosophy and issues analysis. I want you to move beyond describing philosophies and begin connecting them to actual curriculum decision and contemporary educational issues. Okay, so next, of course, discuss the models, policies. Parang dito na tayo. Okay. We will examine traditional and emerging curriculum models, outcomes-based education competency, outcomes-based education, competency and standard-based curricula, national policies and reforms, regulatory bodies, and institutional autonomy and accountability. One important lesson here is that curriculum developers do not work in isolation because in our country, educational environment, curriculum decisions operate within policy standards, regulatory requirements, institutional mission, and stakeholder expectation. Your application will be a curriculum framework analysis. Instead of simply identifying a curriculum model, I want you to evaluate whether a particular framework is appropriate, aligned, responsive, and capable of producing the intended outcomes. No? Okay, next topic, focus on theory into actual curriculum design. So we will study learner, societal and industry needs, stakeholder participation, data-driven decision-making, program and learning outcomes, vertical horizontal curriculum mapping, and constructive alignment. A very important principle here is we should not design a curriculum based only on what we personally want to teach. Curriculum should respond to identified need. No? That means gathering evidence from learners, graduates, employers, professional organizations, government agency, industry, and the wider community. Your output will combine a needs and assessment and curriculum map. So this exercise should help you see how evidence gathered from stakeholders and can be translated into outcomes, courses, learners, experiences, and curriculum structure. Next chapter focus on what learners actually experience inside the curriculum. We will examine meaningful learning experiences, 21st century skills and values, inclusive and flexible approaches, assessment of, for, and as learning, authentic assessment, and curriculum evaluation. Assessment should not be something we add at the end of the instruction. It should be designed together with the outcomes and learning activities. Because if we expect students to demonstrate higher order thinking skills, our assessment should also require higher order thinking skills. Your output will therefore involve a constructive alignment matrix where you will demonstrate the relationship among outcomes, learning experiences, and assessment. Because I believe a strong curriculum is one where these components reinforce one another. The next topic, we examine technology, localization, and globalization. Our topics include digital transformation and curriculum innovation, blended and flexible learning, artificial intelligence, open educational resources, local relevance, cultural responsiveness, global competencies, benchmarking, and localized curriculum practices. Technology is changing education rapidly, sa ayaw man natin sa gusto, particularly with the development of artificial intelligence. Pero I remind everyone, technology integration must always have an educational purpose. We should ask, does this technology improve learning? Does it increase access? Does it support teachers? Does it address actual learner needs? Technology should serve pedagogy, not the other way around. Your output will be a curriculum innovation proposal. So I want you to propose something innovative, relevant, inclusive, and future-ready while balancing both local realities and global expectation. Next module, a curriculum may look excellent on paper, but the real best or the real test begins during implementation. So therefore, this module covers managing curriculum, change and reform, teacher readiness and professional development, monitoring curriculum, implementation, internal and external QA system, accreditation, compliance, and continuous improvement. One of the biggest mistake organization can make is introducing curriculum reform without preparing the people who will implement it. Nangyayari yan. So teachers need training, resources, institutional support, and clear understanding of why changes are being introduced. Curriculum change is therefore also change management. Your application will be curriculum implementation and quality assurance plan. You will think about implementation, dapat may monitoring, may evaluation, may evidence, at mayroong continuous improvement, not merely curriculum design. Okay, so next topic brings together research, leadership, and ethics. We will examine educational research and curriculum design, action research, the use of research findings for curriculum improvement, curriculum leadership competencies, ethical issues, equity, access, and social responsibility. Research is essential because curriculum decisions should not be based solely on assumption or personal preferences. No, we should use data and evidence to determine what works, what needs improvement, and what changes are necessary. At the same time, curriculum decisions are ethical decisions. Whenever we determine what should be taught, who has access to particular learning opportunities, or how a student will be assessed, we potentially affect people's futures. Your output will therefore be a research-based curriculum improvement plan that combines evidence with ethical and responsible leadership. Okay, so this module represents the synthesis of everything we have studied. No, this chapter brings together the design of an advanced curriculum, proposal, theory and evidence, stakeholder needs, curriculum mapping, constructive alignment, technology implementation, quality assurance, peer critic, expert review, reflection, and future direction. Siyempre at this stage I do not want you work that look like 8 separate activities that were simply combined into one document. Your final proposal should demonstrate integration. The needs assessment should justify the outcomes. The outcomes should guide the curriculum map. The curriculum map should connect with teaching and assessment, and implementation should be supported by quality assurance. No? The culminating output is your final advanced curriculum proposal and presentation. You need to think of this as an opportunity to demonstrate that you can move from understanding curriculum theory to becoming an actual curriculum designer and educational leader. Right. So the slide reinforces the structure of our culminating work. Your proposal must integrate theory, evidence, stakeholder needs, curriculum mapping, constructive alignment, technology implementation, and quality assurance. So peer critic and expert review are also important because a strong curriculum developed is collaborative rather than purely individual. I encourage you to treat feedback not as criticism but as part of the development process. When colleagues or expert identify weaknesses in your proposal, that gives you an opportunity to refine your work before final submission. Ultimately, I want your proposal to be something that could potentially be used in a real educational institution. It should not be merely an academic requirement that disappears after grading. It should demonstrate a feasible curriculum solution with potential real-world impact. So this course provide a very useful roadmap for the final capstone. No, you begins with need assessment, followed by philosophy or framework, program outcomes, curriculum map, teaching learning activities and assessment, technology integration, implementation and quality assurance, and finally continuous improvement. Notice the sequence, we don't begin by listing subjects. We begin by understanding needs. From those needs, we establish our philosophy and frameworks, define outcomes, map the curriculum, develop learning and assessment strategies, integrate technology, and plan implementation and quality assurance. Your deliverables is therefore a complete evidence-based advanced curriculum proposal that you will design, present, and defend. I will be looking for integration of theory, evidence, innovation, research, quality assurance, and continuous improvement, not simply a visually attractive curriculum development. Okay, then our primary resource for this course is the textbook Advanced Curriculum Development, consisting of 15 chapters. So the book follows essentially the same journey as our course, no? Foundation, design, implementation, quality assurance, research, and leadership. Capstone. The textbook is authored by us, no, and it will serve as an our primary guide. But graduate level learning should not be limited to one textbook. I encourage you to consult current journal articles, policy documents, CHED memorandum orders for BS degree curriculum, and actually in other scholarly sources. As you read, no, don't simply ask, what does this chapter say? Ask deeper question. How does this concept apply to my institution? What evidence support it? What problems can it solve? And how can I incorporate it into my own curriculum proposal? That is the level of engagement expected in a graduate school. Okay? So, as we begin this journey in advanced curriculum development, I want you to remember 4 words shown in this final slide. Okay? So ano po ba nasusulat? Research, evidence, interpretation, and impact. So these 4 ideas summarize much of what I expect from you throughout the semester. We research to understand problems, gather evidence to support decision, interpret that evidence meaningfully, and ultimately use what we learn to create educational impact. So, Again, curriculum development is ultimately about designing meaningful learning because every curriculum we create influences what students learn, how teachers teach, what competencies graduate develop, and how educational institutions respond to society. That is why curriculum work requires both technical competence and a strong sense of responsibility. Thank you very much po for the attending our first day or course orientation, and I hope that by the end of this course you will not only understand advanced curriculum development but also have the confidence to analyze existing curricula, lead curriculum innovation, and design meaningful curriculum solutions that can create genuine impact. So again, welcome to Educ 207 Advanced Curriculum Development, and enjoy the rest of the semester. Okay? So, thank you so much. And later on, no, I will post the topic assignment no, in our chat, in our FB Messenger. Okay, so I believe it's too easy, no? Parang napakadali ng curriculum development. Gusto ko kasi right after ng advanced curriculum development, personally, kaya nyo mag-develop ng sarili nyong curriculum based on kung CHED program, CHED CMO, and kung DepEd po, kung private institution, makadevelop po kayo ng inyong curriculum. Yun po ang ating final requirements. Okay, so thank you so much once again. So may I request everyone to please turn on your camera po for our first attendance.